¿No?
No, no es él. Vale.
¡Bota!
Espérate. Chicos, perdón por esta pequeña demora, pero no me respondía la PC.
¡Bota!
Espérate.
¡Date el link!
Twitter, espérate.
¡Copia el link!
Hostia,
Queremos ver la MINECOM, no tu cara.
¿Cómo que esa cuenta no existe? Me cago en todo. Ah, tío, no puedo.
Thank you for embracing full Minecraft. That sounds awesome. Another Minecraft map, and this one's called the Mountain. Speaking of mountains, remember this is a fierce competition. The mountains won after 2 intense rounds. I have a sneak peek into what your boat is bringing to Minecraft.
Ya ves.
On the flip side of the Caves and Cliffs update.
¡La cabra!
Goats. They're both
Ah, tío.
and adorable.
Me está yendo del culo el directo.
As you can see, they live on the mountain.
¿Los cabras?
Careful, they might not
Hostia.
They also have jumping skills.
Y saltan esas cosas más que los zorros.
Que mira eso.
We'll also get better mountain generation with spectacular and more dramatic mountains with height demanding generation. That means things like tree lines and mountain tops.
Me está yendo de... ¡Hostia, las montañas!
And speaking of snow,
Pero pon el directo, no queremos ver tu cara.
we will also
Ya lo sé.
Pero pon
Ya se me está yendo del culo, también te lo digo.
It looks similar to snow.
No me lo creo.
Or a mob.
No me lo estoy creyendo.
Pon el directo, yo estoy poniendo en Discord imágenes.
Some mobs for you to choose from. And to introduce them, once
No puedo.
tiny
No puedo.
Míralo.
No puedo. Me está dando problemas la PC.
Se viene la votación, mira esa vaca.
Ya ves.
Ah, dos. A ver, te puedes escoger dos. El último ya fue.
Ah, ¿podemos escoger dos?
We are friends, right?
Míralo. Segunda opción.
Vale, yo elijo el calamar y la vaca. No me quitan esas cosas.
Mira, el esto de hielo. El de hielo pone bloques encima y los tira para abajo,
Ya ves.
Ahora,
Voy a subir el volumen.
el calamar y la vaca están ganando.
Vale, yo elijo la vaca y el calamar. Date cuenta de los detalles,
Pero ¿para qué sirve el calamar?
They're so tiny, and they're so susceptible to distraction. Hopefully that won't happen to you. Now let's go over.
Listo, ya anunciarán al ganador.
¿Quién va a ganar?
Van a poner el ganador. A ver, el ganador es.
Yeah, no, I'm live right now.
Espero que sea o la vaca o el calamar, porque la hizo Roger, o sea, para que yo tenga bastantes enemigos en Minecraft.
El ganador es desconocido, in here, on friends, and back, no sé qué digo.
Good friends.
Ah, chicos, por cierto, bienvenidos al directo.
Pájaro.
Vale, yo perdón por esa cosa del directo, pero no puedo poner nada de YouTube aquí ahora mismo. A menos que me pase al pozo este del...
Make sure you have Twitter.
Mierda, tío, ¿dónde está? No me lo creo.
I'll let you know when the voting starts. Then you'll need to go to the Minecraft area.
Y por cierto, que Pamuro, bienvenido al directo.
Think carefully, debate with your friends and family, make a decision, then click on the mob you want to make an easy. There will be 2 voting sessions.
Un momento, voy a prender Microsoft Edge porque básicamente si no no vamos a poder ver el directo. Espérate.
Míralo, míralo, míralo,
Minecraft
míralo.
Air.
Cerdos cochinitos, van a ver, cerdos con bárbara.
Y hemos empezado fuerte, ¿eh? Una pena, la verdad, que no haya reaccionado a lo que nos habían mostrado. Una pena, la verdad.
F.
Ya ves.
Yo por el Discord estaba pasando imágenes.
Sí.
A ver, el calamar nadie lo está votando, ¿ah? Están entre el Move Blue y el Ice Jagger.
Ahí solo ayer, vale. Pues espero que gane el Move.
Seguro esa vaca gana. Así seguro.
Yo espero que gane el Mublum, porque tiene mucho juego el Mublum.
¿Por qué?
Tiene muchos juegos. Granja de polvo de huesos automática, las abejas le siguen. Además, te va a añadir una flor extra que posiblemente te dé para una sopa misteriosa nueva.
Me vengo.
Vale, pues voy a...
Va a ganar el Ice Jagger, dice.
Me está yendo del orto el directo, también te lo digo.
Pero lo quiero ver la pantalla.
Espérate, yo estoy tratando de aquí de hacer lo que pueda.
Vinimos a ver la MINECOM, no tu reacción.
Lo sé. Y perdón por eso. Pero es lo que tengo, ¿sabes?
You must have noticed that we added slime ball and slime block. With that, our is legendary, so we are adding sticky and sticky systems to Minecraft Earth. Be on the lookout next week for content on
Vale, aquí tengo mi traductor.
Nuevos bloques.
and now let's take some shots. Our friends Mumbo, Juggle, and Grian recently took a Minecraft Earth road trip and made their own awesome creations.
Nuevas creaciones.
Let's get a sneak peek at what they discovered.
Hello,
I'm Mumbo, this is my friend Grian, and this is my
El proceso de creación.
VW Bucks. Air conditioning and Desert radio.
Han tenido que viajar a un lugar con cabras para poder vivir.
Listo, la MINECOM. Aquí lo pueden ver.
Han tenido que viajar hasta England para poder
going from the south coast up to Wales, and it's going to take us 3 whole days.
I'll be honest, Graham, mate, would you class that as a grand tour?
Well,
Va a ser así.
para ver el
we have
bioma,
that radio, so
idioma
it's
de
going to feel a
cuevas
lot
también.
longer.
¿Sí?
But you see, this isn't a
Vale,
regular road
vale,
trip.
vale,
This
vale, vale,
is a Minecraft Earth road trip in a rubbish old van. With Minecraft
Vale,
Earth
eso de
being a game of
Minecraft. Ahí
power,
va.
we thought we would travel to a bunch of different locations in
Minecraft
the
Earth,
UK.
Minecraft.
Some of them are iconic, some of them just feel very Minecrafty, and some of them are barely linked to Minecraft at
En la
all.
Minecraft
We
Live
just
también.
really wanted to go to them, so we did.
Mira, no.
Ah, mira, llamas.
We also
En
had to
England
go
han
into
puesto
Minecraft Earth with real
Ya ves, ya ves.
Minecraft Earth
Mira
Frisbee
eso.
is a bit of a challenge.
La posibilidad de tener Minecraft en nuestra vida real.
Quite dangerous to onlookers.
No, ya eso ya está. Eso ya está.
And real life sandblocks are a
Sí,
long
solo que no sé, necesito un teléfono más potente para poder descargarlo.
Ah, sí, eso es normal.
Road trip was a huge success, and we had a lot
Pero
of fun.
y eso
You
es
can
gratis,
expect to
¿eh?
see the full length
Sí, es
video
gratis.
circuit
Igualmente,
on our
si se
channels
compra, yo me lo compro.
soon.
Ya ves, yo también.
Wow, it looks like Mumbo Jumbo and Grian had quite the Minecraft Earth adventures. At Mojang Studios,
Vale.
we've also been making more original content than ever before
Una
on our
odisea, la verdad, para
YouTube channel.
poder ver el
Our
directo.
goal is to create shows that give you inside knowledge directly from our team. We're even giving away all of our series
Voy a ver
in a
qué
new
tal va
series called How We Made Minecraft, which honestly feels sort of risky. And guess what? We have lots more awesome Minecraft content on the way. Here's a look at what shows you'll find on
Y
our
es
channel.
probablemente y bien,
10 cosas que no, probablemente, bueno, no sé.
va a haber una serie de cortos, parece, ¿eh?
Sí. De hecho, Minecraft lo que hace en cada esto hace propaganda de fotos
Jeff,
y todo lo demás. Pero lo fuerte fue la Table Update, ¿eh? Eso, la verdad que sí, es una pena la verdad que no haya podido realizar. Bueno, sí la reaccioné, pero no en directo. Una pena, la verdad.
Ah, mira, tú también lo estás viendo.
But really, you should. It's good stuff.
Se viene votación.
In 2017, you voted for the terror that
Aunque
is
lo de
the
este año es cierto
Phantom.
que
I
el
personally have not forgiven you.
Minecraft
In
Dungeon ha sido
2018,
bastante,
the Tiger
bastante cheto.
with
Ya ves.
fantastic foxes.
Vale, voy a crear una
Let's
cuenta
the
de
mountains with our soon-to-be friends,
Central.
the
No sé qué le
goats.
pasó a
What
mi
will
anterior
you,
cuenta
the
de...
Minecraft community, do this year? Let's
A ver, el ganador.
once more.
El ganador
I was inspired by some of the amazing handcrafted things I've seen made by
va a
our
aplastar, creo que al
community.
que no.
So I decided to make
Hombre,
my
tu directo
own
está
versions of our
reatrasado.
three mod choices.
3 meses para poder terminar una solución para crear a
I
un
think I
solo
did a
mod.
pretty great job. It took me 3 months.
Vale, no, puede ser mejor.
Anyway, all the way from Minecraft
Y el
to
ganador-
have the Isologer. They make clouds of ice.
No me digas que es...
down.
No,
Voy a hacer-
el Isologer.
Quite as chill as they look. From Minecraft Earth, we have the
A ver, uy.
Blue Bloom. I hear they make
Chicos, es que no tengo nada en contra del Isologer. La
I'm
cosa es
pretty
que ya
sure
tengo bastantes
best
enemigos en
pals with
Minecraft.
bees.
Y la
Also,
verdad,
No,
me parece muy...
yo quería la vaca, yo quería la vaca.
Sí, la vaca
As
yo
the
también, la
tiny
vaca.
trio will surely
Porque tiene
attest,
buenas
they
mecánicas la
sure
vaca.
are distracting to look at.
La
The
vaca.
first voting poll is now live on the Minecraft Twitter account. Make sure you're logged in. Go to the poll right now.
No es que la vaca se ve kawaii.
You want to win.
Sí, a ver.
We'll check back in before we start the second and final poll.
Vale, yo me estoy creando una cuenta de Twitter a último momento porque no sé qué le pasó a mi cuenta de Twitter. No puedo recuperarla.
Vale.
Hello,
A
Laura.
mí me da pereza volver a
Thanks
entrar
for
a Twitter.
having me.
Así que yo
Very excited that you're here.
Nice.
So, what do you do at Mojang Studios?
I am a game designer, which means I am the one that gets to decide how difficult the bosses are. So I'm
y el
sorry.
ganador es
You can blame me for that.
I think people will blame you for that.
It's okay.
While I have you here on the
y el
stage,
ganador
which farm are you
es
voting for?
I think if I don't say I am voting for the Isologer, my team will kill me. So, but it's an amazing mod. It brings a lot of fun to
ganador es-
and I think it will bring a lot of fun to Minecraft.
Y eso
as
es no
well.
utilizado.
Okay. I figured you would say that, but I had to ask. Tell me about the launch of Dungeons this year.
Oh wow, that was quite the ride. It was such a crazy launch. I don't think anybody in the team expected to ever release a game from home.
re triste.
So we were all sitting in this like massive Teams call and like sharing streams with each other and sharing videos and comments from players, and it was very good. It was fun in a different way.
What would you say was your favorite thing from the release?
I think it was how people came together to play the game. It was very fun to see parents like show their children dungeon crawlers and children show their parents Minecraft. I don't know, it was very nice to see everyone just sit together and play and enjoy.
That sounds wonderful.
Yes.
Well, let's take a look at what the community has done with what's come out so far.
Yeah.
Vale. Chicos, esto va a ser
Ahí ese baile, el baile de la
Oh yeah, Tom, you're welcome to join us.
So the Village Merchant, a really cool merchant, simple, straightforward
El
items,
moderador.
definitely a nice addition to the game, a good replacement for the Wandering Trader. Now let's go check in with our friend the Blacksmith here. This is definitely something that I'm looking forward to.
Yo soy moderador.
One of the
Sí, ya
coolest
sé,
things
moderador.
that is
Directo va
possibly
a
Pero
coming
te
to
das
the
cuenta.
game.
Parte del Minecraft Dungeon. Sí, yo estaba pensando.
Ven, desde el inicio que ya te había puesto
Que sí me
moderador.
lo quiero descargar a Minecraft
All
Dungeon.
right, all right. I see what's going on here. I see what's going on here.
No sé qué le pasó al directo, me está yendo de azul, Bueno chicos, déjame...
Un Ender Herrero, el Blacksmith.
Killing the pandas, you monster!
Vale,
Killing the
pues...
pandas!
Voy a
Wait,
consultar.
our villagers right there. You are free, villagers. Find the caravan.
Chicos, un momento, que estoy utilizando dos navegadores a la vez porque al parecer mi computador no está en
Wow,
aptas
メモ
condiciones.
surprising ねこれ。クリップ結構。
JPG, hay probabilidad de jugar Minecraft Dungeon y hacer una serie con eso.
Me va a hacer a mí que no.
Right.
Oh, look. There's a pig. Kill the pig. Get the pig. Red.
Porque eso es multijugador y...
That looks so fun.
Yeah, it's so cool to see people have fun with it.
A ver, pero hay gente que lo compró pirata.
I hope so at
Lo
least.
compré pirata,
This
Y el TL cuenta como
Crazy
pirata.
ones, like we haven't stopped doing things. I feel
Votación,
we
votación.
released first the Creeping Winter together with our new merchants and the new daily trials, which was awesome. I hope
Votación,
everyone
ya.
loved it.
No más,
We
Twitter,
launched for
Twitter,
xCloud,
Twitter.
so now people can
Twitter.
play
Tengo
on
que ver
mobile,
Twitter,
which
pero no
is
puedo.
so fun. I really like that. And this
Espera.
week we just launched in China, so now we get to welcome
Le voy a copiar el
our Chinese
enlace.
friends to the community. And
Copiar.
I am super happy about that.
That's
¿no
really
mandas?
exciting. Well, now we have a question from the community for you.
Right.
Nombre de
ということで、
usuario.
私から質問です。マインクラフトダンジョンズをリリースされてから、開発者が想定していなかったファンの反応やゲームの仕様などありま
Ahí
した
está,
でしょう
lo dejé en Discord, lo dejé en
か。
Discord.
マインクラフ
Cópialo.
トダンジョンズの今後について教えてください。
Vota,
今後
vota por la
ど
vaca.
のようなコンテンツがリリー
Uy,
スされるのでしょ
la
うか。
vaca es la menos votada,
教えて
¿eh?
ください。
La vaca es la
よろ
menos
しくお願いします。
votada.
No, ¿por qué?
Okay, he kind of snuck two
Es que
questions.
no entienden, ¿eh? No,
Yes,
no
but
entienden
they
la
were
mecánica.
great,
Está ganando el
questions.
pulpo.
Thank you
Está
for
ganando el
sending them.
pulpo.
¿En serio?
Regarding the first question,
Está ganando el pulpo.
we were very
¿Por
excited
qué?
to see how fast people found the secret mushroom level. Like, I was very
Pero
confused
¿por
about it
qué?
as well, because we had worked very hard on making it very secretive and having little
Míralo.
snippets of things everywhere, but players are so smart, they found it so fast. So if you haven't played the mushroom level,
¿Por qué?
go check it out, because it's very
Bueno, no me quedo. Pero no
The
entiendo.
second question.
¿Qué beneficio que hay un pez?
That's what we are here to talk about today.
Literalmente,
We're gonna
ya
talk about
me
our
jodí la cuenta de Twitter.
upcoming DLC that we prepared with our friends
Me
at
jodí la
11
cuenta de Twitter.
and
Está
it's
ganando
called
el
the Hound.
pulpo, está ganando el
So
pulpo.
we're going to the mountains with
Vaya.
dungeons as well.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Why don't we take a look at some
33,000 retweets.
Yeah, let's
No
check
sé
it out.
ni siquiera cómo se usa
We
Twitter. Yo
are
no
very
lo
lucky
sé.
today that we have 4 members of the
Vale.
Dungeons team with us. Here's
Ya me
Mariana at the
acuerdo de
Nintendo Switch. Hello. Here's Chris at the PC. Here's David at the PlayStation 4. And at the Xbox One, we have Annika. So we get to show you here for the first time crossplay, which we're very excited about.
Nuevos
People can play
cosplays
together
de
from
Mike.
everywhere.
¿En serio?
exciting.
And yeah, that's our first look at the mountains biome coming to dungeons.
Already I see a goat right there.
Oh yeah, yeah, we were so happy. We asked
Vale.
the
Me
Minecraft
jodí la
team
cuenta
if
de
we could
Twitter,
bring goats to
No digo
dungeons,
eso.
and they said yes. So we get to release them a bit first in dungeons. So we're super excited about that. They're equally as mischievous.
Me jodí la cuenta de
So I see a
Twitter.
lot of wind coming out of these grates.
Yes, wind is a mechanic that we're gonna explore a lot in the mountains missions.
O me quitaron la
And,
cuenta o
the
no sé qué.
players will be both challenged by it and will be able to use it.
Esta
So
cuenta
the
ya no
wind will
existe,
push
me
the
dice.
player, so you need to be a bit careful. But at the same time, you'll be able to use it to solve puzzles, push
No, ahora te dio el
items,
código.
and open doors and stuff like
No,
that. So
teléfono.
yeah,
That's awesome. What is this we're looking at?
right. So yeah, our mountains biomes are so tall that the player will need to find new ways to traverse the levels.
Pero
So
que sean
that's
así,
a
por
mountain
favor.
map, and there's gonna be full of like these little contraptions.
No,
all
güey,
around.
mi celular que me está loco.
It seems like a really fun new mechanic.
Yes. Yeah, the goats are all around, and you need to be careful with them
Yeah, I
they,
saw them attack.
yes, they're really gonna push you out of the edge if you're not too careful.
So leave the goats alone.
Yes, leave the goats alone. That's very important. And as you'll see in a bit, the iceologers that you can find in this mission and in all the mountains missions are very ready for the winter. So they are wearing their little cozy clothes, and they're wind resistant, which means that while the player will be challenged by the wind, the iceologers won't.
Listo,
What are these?
perfecto.
These are new mobs called the wind callers, and that's a Ravager coming for the first time to Minecraft Dungeons. That's another Minecraft mob that we get to welcome. They're
So-
quite sturdy.
What do the wind callers do?
Right, the wind callers spawn a draft
Pensaba
of
que lo que me
wind
indica
right
que-
under the player, and they push the
Ya
player
no la
up
hay.
so the player gets fall damage.
Okay.
It's very important to deal with them quick or run away because they're gonna be painful to combat otherwise.
Well, they're doing a pretty good job against these wind pillars.
Yes, our adventurers are strong.
Okay.
Ooh.
3 Ravagers.
Yeah, that's gonna be an interesting one. But so far, I can see that all the consoles are working very neatly together. We're super happy about that. It's been progressing very nicely, and we hope everyone can soon play together. Oh, that was an isolager. I wanted to say, like, that's my favorite mod, but yeah,
Vale.
it
But it
went too
didn't stay
fast.
around too long.
En tendencias.
Yes,
Alright, so leading up to this big Ravager battle.
yes.
Vale, Glow
But I
Squid
think
está ganando,
we
eso por un
can
montón. Eso
let our
no.
adventurers deal with
No sé
the
por qué, pero
Ravagers.
Not very well.
No. Yeah.
So, with all of this, you
porque
also
después me
have
cago
a
en todo,
new
vale.
game mode coming.
Yeah, the
A
game
partir
mode
de
is
ahora,
coming
chicos,
very,
el
very
directo lo
soon,
voy a
and it's
dar
going to be for
solo.
all the players for free, and that's called Apocalypse Plus, which means that we're
Por cierto,
making the
chicos,
game just, you know, harder
ya
a bit at a
para aclarar esto.
time. Yeah.
When you
Sure.
call something apocalypse, it sounds very hard.
Yeah, and Apocalypse Plus means that it gets even harder. So hopefully players get to find new challenges, and we found different ways to tweak the balance so the challenge is different every time.
But, okay, that's a lot of stuff. You're working on even more new things for Dungeons.
We're working on a ton of stuff. I feel we've been so busy. It's crazy.
que yo-
But
que si no se
yeah,
publica,
we
yo
have
quiero que gane
today
el
a little
Uno de los
video with
dos.
a lot of work in
uno
progress.
de los dos va a
Work in
mostrar.
progress, though.
Very working.
Yes. But yeah, I think we should look at the video.
Wait, that's my line.
Y bueno, chicos,
I'm sorry.
¿y eso? ¿Qué es? Bueno, chicos, quiero bajar un poquito el volumen de este coso. Porque ya creo que hay mucho volumen que va a ir por aquí, así que bueno, vamos a bajarle. Digo yo. Vale, ahí está. Listo, suficiente, así que vamos a continuar con la MINECOM. Una penita la verdad, YouTube no lo puedo utilizar. Qué bien, la verdad, estoy alucinando. El caballero no sé, no, porque chorrada, también te lo digo, Pero el colmo, el internet aquí me está yendo del culo. Chicos, cabe destacar que
One of my
voy a
favorite
hacer en
things
directo
we do at
después de la
Mojo
MINECOM,
Studios is
de la MINECOM
Minecraft
Live
Education Edition.
en Facebook para
Students
que
around the world
básicamente
are
yo
able to
pueda...
learn in exciting and interactive ways
¿Cómo se llama?
using the game as a learning-based platform.
A ver.
Students and teachers in 115 countries
Reaccionar en
around the
directo.
world are
Hace
able
mucho
to
que no lo hago.
collaborate, learn,
Voy a estar en
and share
directo
together.
reaccionando.
Minecraft has always been a way to connect people.
La verdad, una
And we
penita
see
que
that
no haya podido
now
ver
more than ever
el
with
inicio de la
Minecraft
MINECOM, que
Education
ya estaban
Edition
presentando
being
las
used
cosas
in remote
cortas
learning.
como tal, pero bueno.
When you're in the game, you don't have to feel so
Una pena,
far
la
away
verdad.
from your classmates. From creating graduation ceremonies in Japan, to creating first date orientations for American universities, to teachers doing virtual meetups.
Vale, parece ser que mi
We've
cuenta
seen
de
students
Twitter
and
ya la
teachers
recuperé.
using the game in
Falta
incredible
más
ways.
actualizarme.
Today, we're launching our first ever Minecraft Education Edition Global Challenge for students around the world to build a better world with us.
Over the past few months,
No aguanto.
we've seen wildlife roam through cities while humans stayed inside. Without cruise ships and ferries around, dolphins visited the port of Cagliari in Sardinia, Italy, and wild boar roamed the streets of Barcelona. But what if animals could share space with humans all the time? Today, we're kicking off the first ever Minecraft Education Global Build Championship and asking students around the world to design and build healthy spaces for humans and animals to coexist together. What will you build?
Hey, I'm Ayana. I'm a developer in the Minecraft team.
Llega un momento que mi hermano me está jodiendo, si no.
Challenge, I built a series of underwater tubes so we can
Y ya bastante estresado estoy como para
Everyone, I'm
hacer otras cosas
And
externas.
if I were to design a build for the Global Championship, I would make a house with a habitat for my cats on top. And I would call it a habitat.
どうもこんにちは、カーボンです。僕だったら日本っぽい建築で勝負したい。
Y es que esa cosa no sé por qué, por qué se desactiva.
Y si estuviéramos participando en la dinámica mundial de Minecraft, construiríamos unas viviendas camufladas con la vegetación del entorno para que los animales no se espanten. ¡Participa!
Design and build your own solution in Minecraft Education Edition. For the chance to win mine coins, awesome Minecraft gear, and a video chat with Mojang Studios. The championship opens today.
Perfecto, se me acaba de colgar la cosa, ve. Puta madre. Grande.
You can register today. We've also been working with some amazing educators on a new series about diversity and inclusion coming this fall.
Hi, Minecraft Live. I'm Kenneth Shelton, and along with my fellow educators, Felisa Ford and Natasha Rochelle, we've been building a series of Minecraft lessons that will help people explore topics of social justice, equity, identity, and tolerance. The first of these lessons is called Good Trouble. It's based on the life and philosophy of Congressman and civil rights activist John Lewis. The additional lessons continue teaching about social justice from across the world and through time, from Black Lives Matter to Malala's quest in Pakistan to achieve equal education for girls, to the civil rights movement of 1960s America, to the women's suffragette movement, and more. We can't wait to share these important lessons with the Minecraft community.
I'm looking forward to playing through the Good Trouble lessons myself. Together with the Minecraft community, we commemorated Juneteenth with contributions to the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation, Equal Justice Initiative, and the NAACP Legal Defense Fund. We're proud to continue supporting organizations that fight for equity and equality in the world by making an additional donation today to the NAACP Legal Defense Fund. This brings our 2020 contributions to over $2 million. Beyond this, we continue to look within our company, our products, and ourselves for how we can help create a more inclusive world.
Vale. Diseño de juego con Jeb.
Now it's time for a brand new segment of our show. You may have missed our next guest during the Minecraft update segment, but not to worry. You're about to get some dedicated time with the one and only Jeb. Hello.
Hello. Thank you very much.
It was very different not having you in the Minecraft update section.
Vale.
Yes, it's a little bit different this year since we always want the ones that are actually working on the features of the games to be the ones to get to talk about them, because we feel that it gets more genuine in that way.
So what are you working on then?
Yeah, that's a good question. No, of course, I still spend a lot of time with Vanilla and Agnes and the team, but I now work with all our products, all our games, and like the board games, and try to support our developers and designers to capture the Minecraft feeling and make them fit together. But honestly, everyone's so talented, so it's actually quite an easy job. But to help everyone, design book.
Are you trying to sell that to everyone in the audience watching?
No, this is only for Mojang Studios employees. It contains a lot of secrets. But it was helpful when the team grew to kind of explain my thoughts and ideas about Minecraft. And for Vanilla particular, there are some guiding principles that are going to help us continue updating the game for many years to come.
But you did decide to share some today, so people can kind of see what's in the Jeb game design book.
Absolutely. So one of these guiding principles is, it maybe sounds obvious, but that is, it's always one block at a time. you place one block, you remove one block, you pull one lever, and you trigger one TNT, and of course that causes a big explosion. But at the core, the interaction is always one block at a time, and it's not only important for the way you play the game, but it's also if you're playing together with someone, let's say you're building a house or something, then I will be able to observe what you're doing and quickly understand where you're going, and then I can help you, and every block counts. If you would just copy paste or make templates and such, then it would be a little bit harder to collaborate. And also Minecraft is a lot about the journey to create your massive castle or whatever. But it's important to retain that feel.
And you have another principle, but it applies pretty directly to a community question that we have.
Vale, va a haber desastres naturales o más tecnología en el Minecraft o algo se está preguntando.
我的世界的中国玩家，大家好，感谢你的提问。
Wow, yes.
Yes, the Chinese community inspired me to try to take on a new language, but I have a long way to go, honestly. But about the question, if we're going to add things like natural disasters, that kind of contradicts one of our guiding principles that bad things happen, but they're technically the player's fault. Yes, in the sense that it was either caused by a player, like a griefer or summoning the wither, or a player was nearby. So whenever something bad happens, we want to make sure that the players are either actively taking part of that or have a way to prevent it from happening. And an earthquake or a tornado destroys something that you've spent hours building.
But there's definitely a few I can think of that maybe fall outside of this principle.
There are still a few cases like Endermen grab a block and maybe wreck some redstone, or you can have an unlucky wolf running into your shotgun. But there's also the worst thing is of course lightning strikes that can set your whole house on fire. But I'm hoping that Agnes and the team may have a plan for that.
Exciting. So what's the last feature you were active in developing?
Yes, the last feature I did was the netherite feature. I thought that was a very important part of the Nether update that I wanted to help where I can. But I don't want to, since I'm working with so many different products now, I don't want to do something halfway and then kind of leave it to the team to fix my bugs. So I try to be a little bit hands-off. But recently I've, of course, also been working a little bit on making combat test snapshots.
That leads us to another community question.
Hey, I'm Dan TDM, and I would love to know what kind of combat mechanic changes are being made to Minecraft Jargon.
Otra mecánica de combate, parece ser, o lo van a cambiar.
Yes, and that's an excellent question. We currently have a problem that on the two different editions of the game there are different combat mechanics or combat systems, and that's bad both for us as designers that have to take both systems into account, but also bad for the community that wants to have the same experience. So the main objective is to reach parity, but I still want to make sure that we make a system that is kind of fits with the building and that doesn't distract too much from building, but still gives us this depth that allows us to design interesting behaviors. Also, I want to make sure that it works good in both player versus environment. That means adventuring and players versus player. And I want to make sure that it feels good playing both with mouse and keyboard. And when you're on a controller, you don't get tired by frequently pressing the trigger. And we also want to improve touch, like the touch experience. So it's a lot to do.
But you said you weren't working on feature development, but
yeah, it's
you
true.
are working on combat?
Yes, I mean, of course, it's a little bit hard to keep your hand out of the feature cookie jar.
A ver.
But
jarrón de galletas.
in this case, I also felt that this was an area where I could help the team, so they could focus on doing the content updates. At some point in the future, I will of course dump this on the team.
98% de los fotogramas.
Yes, and they will have to carry it over the finish line. Yes.
Nice. Now, speaking of combat, we just had a really cool announcement about Alex and Steve coming to Super Smash Brothers.
Yes, and that is so amazing. And just like I said, like my
Estoy ahora justo haciendo un directo y no te estás colgando en medio del camino, pero sí se está colgando como tal, pero
they really understand Minecraft and have made an absolutely amazing
bueno, el Moobloom ya
Sakurai
está
has
rígido.
also
Eso
made a really
ya
amazing
queda más
video
claro.
for all of us in the community.
マインクラフトライブをご覧の皆さん、こんにちは。大乱闘スマッシュブラザーズディレクター、正弘です。スマブラにマインクラフトのコンテンツが導入されます。スティーブやアレックスが参戦することが決定し、マインクラフトライブ前に特別放送をお届けしたのですが、見ていただけたでしょうか。もしまだの方は、ぜひご覧ください。スマブラであることを忘れるぐらい、マインクラフトのスピンオフとしても相当にすごい踏み込んだ表現を行っています。発売までもう少しだけお時間いただきます。スティーブがマリオと戦う。
Super Smash Bros. Va a haber un personaje de Steve, Alex, los zombies y un Enderman. Por lo que vi ahí.
有名キャラクターとの共演が楽しめます。そして私も、マインクラフトファンの一人です。マインクラフトライブでの発表を楽しみにしています。それでは。
That was a really big secret to keep.
Yes, and it was a really hard secret to keep even in the studio because it was super secret. But it has been so much fun to work on.
Yeah, it's amazing to see the community reaction.
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna switch gears here. You have a sort of famous saying within the office, which is the world would be a better place if everyone played Minecraft. Why do you think that?
Una pantalla estática que no puede poner con hablando y yo también estoy hablando.
Definitely.
Haciendo muecas raras.
Yes, I think Minecraft unleashes people's creativity and helps them collaborate, but also teaches them things like geometry, languages, and maths. So yes, I do think that the world would be a better place if everyone played Minecraft. But I know that you also are very engaged in building a better world.
You're interviewing me now, Jens. Thanks. I mean, I think I feel so privileged to work on Minecraft because of all the amazing things that people do with it, from Education Edition, and something I'm extremely passionate about is Block by Block, which is our partnership with UN Habitat, and it's really helping people reimagine their public space and then have it built.
I love this place. It's such a nice area, but it has not always been like this.
Well, before the area felt very cold and unsafe.
Basically, it was just an abandoned place.
Block by Block is a program created by Mojang and UN Habitat where we use Minecraft to help community members redesign their neighborhoods. Kosovo has been impacted by years of conflict, and in those situations, we often see communities divided and public spaces neglected.
It was a really cool project because even the little kids like me could help out with make the city a better place.
They got to use Minecraft to sketch and try different solutions about how the space could be improved.
It was very fun because you felt like to be able to help the city while just playing.
After that, the ideas were presented to local architects and city planners, and later that year, construction started.
It's It's been 5 years since
en plena,
I participated in the
ya saben ustedes.
program, and the street since then has become more developed and it is now more frequented than before. It seemed kind of unbelievable that this was made with Minecraft.
So seeing my own idea as a kid, changing a whole area in my city, it was very special to me.
It's unbelievable
Te lo recrearon ahí en Minecraft.
what was once only an idea in our
Pues
computers.
está muy bien
I
hecho,
know
la verdad.
decision makers have changed their perspective because maybe they realize that we can make a change.
In a democracy, you want the people who live in that community to be asked about what's going to happen in that community. So this is a perfect example. The community was asked, the community decided, the community designed, and the community is using it.
I'm probably going to be like really happy and like, hey friends, I made this. I walk here almost every day, and every time I see it and I see a lot of people spending time here, it's a very gratifying feeling.
I just hope it will become real as soon as possible. So the reaction of the community was great, and to me it was a great feeling which I'll never forget.
I came up with a skate park idea and some trees surrounding the park.
It is possible to change the world and make your dreams come true.
It felt like I was being heard, and being heard and listened to is one of the best feelings that you can feel.
Look like vlog.
I actually was able to go to Kosovo at the start of that project, and it's just amazing to see the transformation using Minecraft.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Usando Minecraft puede hacer lo que puede.
Jens, you must have seen a lot of amazing things because you're about to hit your 10-year anniversary at Mojang Studios in like 2 or 3 months.
Yes, it's true. Yeah, it has been an amazing journey these 10 years, and I've had so much fun working on Minecraft. But of course, I'm also a Minecraft player, and we're all like, with the community. And in the end, it's really the players and the community that gives everything its purpose.
Yeah, absolutely. And from myself as part of the community, I just want to say, like, thank you for the 10 years and all that you've done for Minecraft. It's made a huge difference in my life, and I think many people watching right now. Thank you so much, Jens. Last year at Live, we announced the Nether update. Maybe since then you've been wondering about what it would be like to attend the Nether Ballet. Wonder no more. Our friends at Element Animation will dance us through all the new Nether features.
Pero la Keep Update, madre mía, buenísima. Yo la voy a estar esperando con toda mi ganas del mundo. What? ¿Qué pedo? ¿Qué pedo que estoy viendo? Justo se alinean, ¿sabes? ¿Y qué es una oveja ahí? Ya, bendita animación, What the fuck? ¿Qué carajo acabo de ver? Muy bien. Perfecto. Las votaciones, sigo las votaciones.
The results of the first round of voting are in. The round which determined which mob's dreams would be dashed.
Ya se determinaron las
No
votaciones,
hope
dice.
of making it into the final round. And it was intense. But sadly, let's all say a fond farewell.
Una penita, la verdad,
to the
pero...
bloom. Then forget it.
Lo sabía, tío, lo
Because it's
sabía.
time to vote again. We are now down to the Isolager and the Glow Squid. And in the first round,
Ya,
they
tío,
were quite
¿por
close.
qué?
I'm quite
Hay
interested
mucha
to see
mecánica para
where the
la
voters of the
Moobloom.
Moobloom will go. If you missed the first round of voting, make sure you get in on this one.
El
It
Isolager,
determines which one of
hay
these
muchos
two
enemigos en
makes it
Minecraft,
into
pero-
Minecraft. I know who I'll be voting for. The final voting poll is live now. This is your chance to have
al fin y al cabo tenemos muchas
what
vacas en
goes into
Minecraft.
Minecraft. So don't leave yourself out. Log into Twitter and go vote.
Vale, a votar en Twitter nuevamente, dice.
Hello, I'm Quinn, head of the Marketplace Partner Program, and I'm joined by two of my favorite people. How about you guys introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Fanny. I'm a developer on the Creator Systems team, and what we do is create
dijeron que iban a poner dos.
community.
Yo pensé que el calamar iba a ser descartado,
Talk about them later. Some others are more behind the scenes and that help our creators make
una penita, la verdad,
more efficient and reliable, like the schedule command that is coming out soon.
Yep. I'm Jason. I'm a developer in the engine team, and we've been responsible for a lot of the modding type capabilities that have come to Bedrock over the last couple of years.
That's super cool. So your teams help make creator tools for all of our incredible marketplace partners all around the world to help make content for you.
Marketplace. Ah, Nueva Zelanda ya llegó.
From Picky Studios here in Aotearoa. A team of 3 making content for the marketplace and Minecraft education edition.
Estados Unidos. Amigo. Ah, virus.
I'm Beanie from Zombini, and I run a small studio based in California. We create lots of marketplace content, and I've been making tutorials for the last 7 years to teach others how to make their own Minecraft skins.
Tenía del culo mi Minecraft. Bueno, mi Minecraft que digo, mi PC, pero bueno. Ya mucho no puedo hacer yo.
And we are 15 working here in the Philippines.
¡Hostia! ¿Qué es eso?
Hi, I'm Tian from Evergreen Games, and we are 38 people working here in England.
Hi, Market Live, this is Nishcraft, and we hope you like our stuff on the marketplace.
En Algeria. ¿Lo están diciendo? ¿Qué es eso?
I cannot believe I'm part of Minecraft Live this year. My name is Yasser, aka StarTMA from MC Texels, and we are super excited about the new updates.
Brasil.
Oi, Minecraft Live. Eu sou o Gabriel, diretor da ESTAREMOS, e estamos líder de 5 participantes da nossa equipe. Somos todos brasileiros.
Chicken block. What the fuck?
I'm Vicky, also known as Geeky Pixels from Nether Pixel Studios, and I get to spend my days making content and working with awesome people.
Israel. ¿Qué es eso?
Hey, I'm Juan from Minecraft, and there are 20 people working here in Israel. Shalom.
Estás en Ecuador, mira eso.
And the best part is all these features can be used by all creators. So what do you have to show us today?
Madre mía.
Yeah, so for the last couple of years, we've been doing a lot of work with the entities in the game.
Interesante,
So
la
this
verdad.
time, we've doubled down and gotten it so that we focused on items and blocks. So as part of that, I made a custom crop to kind of show off a lot of the capabilities. So over the summer, everyone at Mojang Studios was given tomato seeds to try and grow a tomato plant at home. So
Vale.
that was kind of
tomate.
perfect inspiration to go make a crop. So you can interact and
¿Serio van a poner tomate?
place the seeds, use
Mancha
the
Pedro.
clips. See, they're kind of growing. You got a couple of them getting
Digo
to the
yo.
flower stage. Got a few
O están
now that I
proponiendo
can
nuevas
go pick.
mecánicas.
So in this case, I've made them look like the sweet berry bush where you can just right click
Yo creo que
on
están
them.
proponiendo nuevas mecánicas.
I think tomatoes taste disgusting, so I thought it was better to make them as a something you can throw. So Quinn and I had some fun. We were throwing them around.
Mecánica de lanzar tomates.
Sort of harmless.
Totally harmless.
Bueno,
Not to be in the lava.
It was mostly by accident. But tomatoes will actually rot on the vine as well, and if they rot,
No,
for too long,
sí, es un mod,
you've got
es
a
un
little
mod.
rotten tomato monster that can spawn from it. I'm gonna fight him off here. But yeah, he throws rotten tomatoes. They
pero
fly
alucino con
as
ese
far
nuevo
as a
bicho,
regular tomato, but they knock you back a lot.
4 nuevos bichos que se van a añadir en Minecraft.
Based off all
4
the stuff, I
nuevos
think tomatoes
bichos.
maybe aren't the best idea.
Es que estoy
So I'm
alucinando.
gonna get rid of all my plants.
Estoy
and never grow them
alucinando.
again.
Yeah, I agree with you on this one. So all these,
healthy.
it's true, they are pretty healthy. So with all of
Empecé
these
yendo a
new,
Panamá,
custom
pero-
crops, you know, creators can go and make some really cool kind of like farming style maps.
Oh, definitely. So, like, I think crops are a great example of showing off how they all can kind of come together because you get the items that you can get there. Normally, you would eat the eat the item, but or you can make projectiles. But they also have the ability to get events that are fired from things like a tick event. So as that event is fired, you can make the block run through multiple stages of growth, and eventually get it to point like you can choose like, loop spawns at various stages of growth and
Yo
stuff
no
like
la
that.
vi del todo
Yeah, I thought it was really cool how
completo.
you could like interact with them like a normal
Me
berry
la he
bush.
perdido unas
Yeah, but
cuantas
then
partes.
you know, get the tomato.
Vimos
Yeah, it's
que
just
van a
another
añadir
it's an
las
interactive
cabras.
event that you can key into.
Yeah. And then there's a tomato monster there at the end too.
Yeah, I call
Nuevas
them Tom.
mecánicas, estalagmitas,
Little Tom, it's so cute.
después
Even
cuevas más
scary, but yeah,
amplias,
it's an example of what you can do
cuevas
with them
con
combining events and
vinas,
commands.
con
That's one of the
viñas.
features that our creators have requested for so long. Just having
Cliff
commands
and
to be
cliff.
able to run
Ay,
them
la
when something
virgo.
happens. So now instead of also in addition to
Tabernas
doing it with
y
actors, you can also do it with blocks and
picos sería,
items.
¿no?
In this case, as the flower is rotting,
A ver,
you
yo
can
estoy explorando
disappear
la
that
cuenta
crop and also summon a tomato monster, a tomo monster.
y la selección de las rocas.
Well, that's really cool because like I can
Yo estoy
totally
viendo
see
ya ahora más
creators like using all
detalladamente,
those combinations of
aprovechando
features to
que
make some like really cool
no
like
está
adventures
viendo
and
nada
maps.
interesante aquí ahora mismo.
Yeah, like for example, the little adventure that
Cuevas de
we can show
acantilado.
you, where we were going to the desert, and then we
Sí, eso
found
mo-
this mysterious golden skull, and also an equally mysterious pedestal
Eso es
in
un
the
mod.
middle of the
Me-
desert.
Me vengan a mí otra cosa, pero eso
Place
ya es
our
un mod.
golden skull over there and see what happened.
Tío,
And yes, we have a mountain that is
o un pack de
hollow.
texturas. Ya
And
ves
as
tú,
the
me
brave
dices
warriors
tú
that
que
we
es
are,
eso.
we went exploring, and obviously we found some creepy
Yeah,
monsters
¿qué es eso?
inside. Luckily, we have our trusty custom sword to fight them off. I'm not sure if we even survived that.
Vaya.
Yeah, that doesn't seem very safe.
No, not at all.
But that pedestal, I know that's one of the most requested features, block models.
Yeah, so I'm super excited.
Vale, mientras esto está pasando así, pues
Finally be able to get block models in. Something we've been wanting to do for years, and we're finally able to work on them and get them in. So we've got it working
voy a
with
refrescar porque ya
using
me
the
está
same
dando
formats that we've been
pereza.
using for the entities, so the same tools that people
La verdad,
are
no me
using
está
to build
gustando cómo
custom
está yendo el
mobs,
directo,
they can use to build the blocks with.
Oh, that's cool. So you don't even have to like learn a new skill. You can just continue
Now it's
to.
almost identical.
That's awesome. And then I noticed on the hotbar with the golden skull, there was like a little red
Vale,
triangle.
vamos
What was
recargando
that?
la
Yes, it's
página
a feature
esta.
that we're calling item lock. I don't know if you found yourself sometimes just
Chicos, perdón por hacer esto, pero es lo que tengo que hacer. Es que más no puedo hacer. Mi PC se está muriendo. Mi PC se está muriendo lentamente.
Makes it super easy because I've definitely been in an adventure map and I lost the key on accident,
Mi PC
and then
está
I had to
muriendo.
go and try and fix that.
Yeah.
And then when you place the skull, there was a lot going on in the
Tiene
background.
problemas, ya lo sé.
like there's three features to talk about right there. The first one is like we've been wanting to give more power to creators with cameras. And this one is just a small one where we just shake the screen. I don't know if you noticed that one. And then you can help players convey something like there is an earthquake going on, or maybe something is about to fall over you. So you can do that with this new tool.
Or dinosaurs.
Or dinosaurs.
Get a dinosaur steps.
Yes.
Vale,
The
pues
second one that
creo
we
yo
noticed
que
there
ya
is
ganaron de los
structures. You
calamares,
can now
sí.
place them using commands, whereas before you
Los
had to be
calamares.
using a structure
Hostia.
block, which is more
Calamares,
complicated and time consuming. Now you can do
¿Cómo
it
dejaron
more
los calamares?
easily.
Ya ves tú.
And as part of those commands,
Falta
you
que
can now
anuncien desde
animate
qué
the
bicho va
structure
ese a
placement. For those that noticed, like the
poner
mountain was opening, and that was just a structure animating.
Que es de la piña de que ganarán los calamares.
One is just like a 3D printing animation, and the other
Estoy
one
viendo
is
aquí
layer by
mi cuenta de
layer.
Twitter.
And yeah, you can combine them to just achieve very cool effects.
Obviamente no lo voy a
Yeah,
dar
I can see
porque,
like creators, using those
si no,
to
pues
add just a
another level of polish to their world.
Exactly.
Absolutely. And then I recognize the scorpions. Yeah, well, the desert theme, it felt appropriate to bring them back. They've always been one of my personal favorite custom mobs that I've ever built.
Yeah, but after watching that video for so long, I ended up having a nightmare about having to rescue my
pero
obviamente saben que
es una falacia.
I'm sorry, that was not the intention. Yeah. Well, speaking of aliens, I know our team put together a really cool sci-fi parkour map that, well, they made you run through, Jason. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they knew this when they asked me to run through it, but I'm pretty awful at parkour. So took a few tries to get a clean run through. But at the beginning here, it's a pretty typical sort of parkour map of running and jumping, but we definitely have some twists up ahead. And here's the first one of, even I know I can't make that jump. So let's see what's in the chest. And we've got a Sliminator. So I'm pretty sure we know what to do here. So now, hopefully, I will jump and be able to clear this gap. And please, yes.
What?
Make it up. So get teleported to the next section, kind of make it along, and see what next obstacle we have. And now I know the chests have useful things in them. So we got a Blockinator. And we'll throw that across and get a little platform. Now I can make this jump. Even I can make that jump. And we got the hot dog, or the cyber dog, and float up. But it poisoned me, so I needed to use the antidote to rescue me there.
Amigo, mira
and through here. Now we got a wall in the way. So let's see what tool.
Ya, pero eso es de Minecraft.
And
otro Minecraft, no de Minecraft, Java.
Keep going along.
Pero es un buen parkour,
Last obstacle here, but I can see the teleport pad, but I can't quite get to it. But that shaft up above looks promising, along with the ladder. So let's go up and see what we get here. And fall down, and block breaks. I can get to the teleporter, and Fanny's already there.
Yeah,
finally. Wow, that's 86 cool. times. I love just the aesthetic of that too, as well, like all the art and things. So those teleport blocks, those seem like a really cool way to add like another level of immersion to the worlds you're creating.
Yeah, with data-driven items and blocks, we get so many new events that you can act on. Like for example, in the case of the teleporters, you can step on it, and then an event will trigger, and you can react in so many ways. You can add particles, or in this case, for example, you run a series of commands that just teleport you to the next area.
That's awesome. And I love the Slaminator, the Blockinator, and the Magic Wand. I've never seen items do that before.
Yeah, so that's another example of how combining the same tools you can achieve so many different effects. For example, the Sliminator was just using the event and the and the fill command, right, to replace the blocks at the bottom with the slimes. Then the next one, we have the wand, and that one is just replacing blocks with air. And then we also have the Blockinator, which allows you to walk by placing some blocks, replacing air with blocks. So it's like combining events and the same command in different ways, which is so many cool effects.
Yeah, so it's just small little simple things you can combine in lots of different ways and get a wide variety of results. And even that Blockinator allows you to make that jump. Yes. And then I also saw that there was messing with mob effects too as well. Yeah, so we've had an example of custom food in there, but in addition to just satisfying hunger like a food normally does, you can add and remove mob effects. So we had the cyber dog that gave 3 effects: the levitation, nausea, and poison. And then we had the antidote that would actually only remove 2 of them. So unlike a bucket of milk that removes all mob effects, you can make things that remove very specific things. Yeah, I mean, it seemed like you got, after you use that, or after you use the magic wand to get to that wall, it seemed like you were stuck, but there was something else that was going on there. Oh yeah, so there is the block that was in my way. So we made it so that another one of these events, similar to the on step on, is we also have an on fall on. So in this case, it was just an on fall on, and you can set what distance you want the event to trigger. So you have to fall at least 10 blocks or something like that. And when you land on it, we then break the block, similar to what the tomato plant and other things that we saw earlier. Yeah, and it seemed like it took you quite a few tries to make it through, but Fanny was able to do it first try.
Yes, unlike others, 86 times.
Yeah.
And one new feature that we have is that on broad text you'll be able to show the names of the players that are of interest at that moment, and also show scores. Like in this case, we were tracking how many times Mayor was dying.
Thank you both for coming onto the stage and talking a little bit about these creator tools and new features that are coming out. And with these new features, there's going to be a pretty amazing new thing coming out later this year for all Minecraft players.
Remember, GDL will not be held responsible in the event of a likely death.
Ah, ese mapa.
Your descent will begin in 3, 2, 1.
Ah, cierto, este. Más de la cave update. Vale.
We know you've waited a long
Más de la
time
cave
for this
update.
and if you thought the first set of features for the caves were awesome, it's time for even more awesomeness. Agnes and Mir from the Vanilla Minecraft gameplay team are here to tell us what else is coming to the Caves and the Cliffs update. Hello, welcome.
Hey.
How does it feel?
It's so amazing. It's so awesome to finally be able to share that with everyone.
Yes, it feels great, and we have looked a bit at tweets during the break, and
we have some more tweets.
We have more.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Yes.
100% épico,
There will be so many cool things you can build with that. And the warden. It's amazing to see all the excitement.
El warden.
So cool.
Mir, you recently joined the Mojang Studios team.
Yes, I joined this year.
But
honestly, I'm not completely sure how that happened. And not just joining Mojang, really sure how I'm here in Minecraft Live. Because like just last year, I was home, glued to the stream. I had to know what the next thing is coming to Minecraft, and today it's not only that I get to share that, I got to work on some of those things, so it's fairly incredible.
Obviamente, para ver qué cosas añadieron de la cave update.
Developing games for a few years now. Recently, I've actually worked with this non-profit organization called Games for Peace, which is an amazing organization which basically uses games to promote peace. Like, he takes kids from areas of conflict all around the world and sits them down to play Minecraft. And sometimes it's kids that don't even share a language, so they can't talk. So Minecraft is the language they share. Minecraft is what helps them connect and get to know each other and creates friendships, right? It was amazing being part of it.
It's so cool. I mean, sometimes I feel like, oh, I know all the amazing things that are happening with Minecraft, and then you described that to Agnes and I, and we both were like, we've never heard that. It's so absolutely beautiful. So in this update, you've been really looking at like filling out the caves even more.
Yes, so there are even more things to show. And in the things to show so far, it's a lot about like improving the journey underground. But of course, we also want to add like new things to find, like new resources. And one of them are crystals.
Oh, mira. ¡Sí! ¡Van a añadir ametistas! ¡Hostia! ¡Miren eso! Pero es que, chicos, ¿están viendo esto?
They're so beautiful.
Yes, that the moment you turn the corner and you see that glowing thing, it's incredible.
The atmosphere in the crystal geode, it's like mystical. Yeah, they're so pretty, and we were thinking a lot about like what is the purpose for crystals in Minecraft. And one thing is like they should have a use, and we will talk more about one of the usages soon. But the other thing is a lot about just adding a lot to the experience of exploring. We want them to be quite rare, so when you find them, it's really gonna be like magical, because they're just beautiful. And you know, when you walk on the crystals, you hear these sounds.
Yeah, it's just, we talked before about the pillar of underground of Marvel. And I feel they're just the perfect feature for that sort of pillar, right?
But you can't just take them with you.
Right, so you can break the crystal plant we saw in the video, but they actually grow from a very special block. And that block is unobtainable. It's sort of like you think about spawners, right? You cannot just take it and put it in your base. It makes you go and build farms all around your world. And that also encourages you to create tunnels between them and find out ways of transferring those items from place to place. And I just love those sort of features that really encourage other gameplay in the game.
As an explorer myself, I'm very excited about finding all of these. And you mentioned a usefulness to them.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So, from those crystal plants, you get crystal shards items, and you can actually use them to craft the telescope.
¡Un telescopio! ¡Un telescopio! ¡Miren eso! ¡Tenemos un telescopio, chicos!
That is amazing.
Ya ves.
Such a useful item. Super cool. And the cool thing is that, so yes, you use the crystal shards to craft them, but you also need something more.
O sea, con el ametista vamos a hacer ese telescopio. O eso me están diciendo. ¡Tenemos cobre! ¡Tenemos cobre! ¡Nuevo mineral a Minecraft, muchachos! ¡Hostia! Bueno, aparte del Ancient Debris, pero ¡hostia!
It's copper!
That's amazing.
Yes, it's new ore.
Obviamente va a haber derivados del cobre, ¿verdad?
Qué
bonito ese material, la verdad.
The thing with the copper ore is that it generates in a different way. So normal ores often generate like an ore blob, but copper is different. So imagine that you are out mining and you see copper ore. So you're like, okay, I'm gonna mine the copper, and then you see some stone, and it's like, they look a bit different. So you continue to mine, and then you find another copper ore, and you probably go like, okay, I think I found a copper vein. So we're actually adding ore veins to Minecraft. And like they really add so much to mining. It gets so interesting because it's kind of like following a trace when you mine, and they tie so well to the pillar we have about adding strategy to mining.
Yeah,
that's amazing. And you've personally wanted copper in the game since you maybe before you started.
Yeah, you mentioned it once or twice.
Well, maybe a few times, but yes. So I think
va a ser un tier bajo que
hierro in Stockholm, and they are all green because we have so many like old.
Va a ser un tier entre
and we've actually added that mechanic to Minecraft as well.
A ver, ¿cómo se lo digo? Un tier entre el metal y el
orange, but after a
diamante.
A pretty long time, it will turn green, and it's something. I think it's so cool because it actually adds history to Minecraft. Because, for example, if you have a really old Minecraft world, then you can see on like a house and like, oh, the roof turned all green, and then you know that that house has been there for a really long time.
¿Pero qué es esto? ¡Qué bonito! O sea que se oxida. ¿Se oxida? ¿Se oxida? ¿El cobre se oxida? ¡Ya! ¡Qué mecánicas, tío!
And copper won't only be used for the telescope. You actually have another really cool thing that you'll be able to craft with it.
Yeah. So, Jens
con el telescopio y el babatista podemos hacer el
one of them is that if something bad happens, the player either
qué buenas cosas van a añadir a Minecraft, por favor,
to sort of avoid it. And one of those exceptions, for example, is lightning striking. Now, some people like to build wooden roofs in Minecraft. Some even build wall roofs.
Looking at me.
Right.
It's not at all like the grandest castle in my realm actually has a roof fully built of wool.
Yeah, that's not a good idea.
No,
but
estoy alucinando con todo esto, ¿eh?
So to try to help players with that, we are introducing the lightning rod.
Martillo de... No, eso es para... Catalizador de relámpagos.
That is very useful for all the wool roofs out there.
I think this is a problem that happened to a lot of our players. Even personally, I had this peaceful game that I played with my partner, and it wasn't peaceful. And we went out and we were like looking at animals, collecting a few animals to our base, and we came back and our house was gone. And I was quite confused, because I consider myself to be someone who knows a bit about Minecraft, and there are no creepers, there are no endermen, so what happened? We figured that probably a lightning strike hit and burned down the house, and we were quite traumatized because we were not prepared for this. So I think this lightning rod is really going to help with that.
Yeah, now you don't have to worry about that problem.
En el año anterior tuve que hacer el directo para ir a comer. Me estaba llamando, pero...
Now, you've
Aquí creo que ya estamos viendo lo más interesante, ¿eh?
And players already have a lot of trouble with their inventory and the amount of items, but you have an idea for that.
Yes. So, as you know, we keep adding new blocks and new items all the time. And that do create a bit of an inventory problem. And we're aware of that, and we have actually been thinking quite a lot how we can solve it, because we want to have a good gameplay solution, balanced, and we actually have an item in this update that will be really helpful, and it's the bundles.
¡Una bolsa! ¿Me estás diciendo que...? No. No. No, en serio. Y me está diciendo que todo esto va a estar tiene una buena LOL. LOL, tío. Alucino.
Yeah, this is awesome. It's such an elegant solution as well, and I love it. I think we spend a lot of time talking about the inventory problem, and I think one of the biggest takeaways there was that this is not actually one problem. It's constructed from a lot of sub-problems. For example, hotbar management is one problem. Getting a lot of blocks for your huge build, that's like something the shulkers help with. But I think there is a third sub-problems where every time you leave your base to go exploring somewhere, your inventory keeps getting full of junk. Like, this slot just has...
Ahí estamos, porque...
This slot has just one seed. Right? And I think the bundles are really going to help with that.
Yes. So the thing with the bundle is that you can place many different kinds of items in one bundle. So many different kinds of items in one inventory slot. So for example, I can take these 2 flowers and 1 seed and put them in one bundle.
Y tienen buen espacio para el
And you can kind of use them like presents too.
I'm so excited about seeing what players do them in like shopping district, right? You can have the bundle of the day, which has a bunch of things with it, or you can have secret bundles.
Problema para el inventario, toma una bolsa.
It's really going to be cool.
Yes, and for example, if you find a day, you can put your prettiest item in the bundle because it looks like a wrapper, and then you can give it to your friend.
That's so cool. We've talked so much today on the like really game
Más
design
detalles de la
side,
cave
but how do you
upgrade,
work on the art
la
side?
cave and
We
cliffs,
actually have a very close
cave and
collaboration with
cliffs
our team, and it's great.
So my job is basically to get an
Eso es
abstract
todo, ¿verdad?
idea and imagine how
No,
it
están
will fit
diseñando
into the
los
Minecraft
de las criaturas.
universe and then start sketching it. So once our sketch is finished,
Vale,
I
ahora
send
los
everything to
conejos
the
van a
3D
ser
artist that it's gonna model it
los
and
conejos van a
animate
ser
it to
una
make
buena
it a
opción para quitarnos de encima ese bicho,
bring sketches to life and make them move in 3D space. To work with a game that has such a special look, it's amazing. It's a challenge, it's fun, it's sometimes frustrating, but it's very rewarding. I love it.
I make the pixel art of the blocks, and usually when I create a block texture for a rock type, it's going to be a lot. Like, I'm going to make 50 iterations of one block because I want to make it right. Every block is like a building block for people's imagination, right? So I try to like, put a lot of love in each block to make sure that people can create what they want.
Está muy bien hecho, la verdad.
So I think my favorite thing about the Minecraft look is that it's very unexpected, very unconventional, and that's where like the special comes from.
Minecraft in terms of game art is special because it has such a unique look and it's very restricted. It has to be 3D pixel art and we can only work within those boundaries. So we have to like think inside the box but also outside.
Ese bicho, la verdad, sí que se van a jugar con ese bicho, El Warden. Cuatro nuevos bichos. ¿Saben lo que es eso?
This update is incredible. Like, people have been waiting for this for so
bueno,
long.
cuatro nuevos bichos no. Entonces, iban a añadir a la final al calamar o al...
I hope they have a lot of new stuff to play with, and I hope that they're excited to see.
Vamos revisando las votaciones.
It's so lovely when you can think about all of
ya lo
the different
quitaron.
jobs within game development. I love seeing the artists and
Luego Squid está ganando de
like
momento.
across the show. There's so many different types of roles that people have.
Yeah, and it's really awesome to interact with all those roles and have a lot of a back and forth. We're very open in Mojang and getting ideas from all over the place, and specifically working
Ahora se viene lo bueno.
amazing as well. You sort of throw one idea to the hair and he draws something and you're like, oh, what is that white thing in your drawing? I didn't even think about it, and it starts so many awesome ideas going. And we even integrated into our prototype process. And actually, I think until I saw those sketches by the art team, I didn't really understand what archaeology in Minecraft even means.
Archaeology?
¿Arqueología?
Yes, so we're actually adding
Arqueología en Minecraft. A ver, arqueología.
In this system, you're basically going to find these
no digas que del fósil en arqueología
all throughout your world. And you can make this new tool called the brush. It's going to help you uncover the mysteries of all these dig sites. So you come to one of these ancient structures.
¿En serio?
Sort of use the
No,
brush
esa es una nueva mecánica,
some of the rubble that may have collapsed in those structures. And sometimes you might even find something shiny inside them. But, and this is important, if you are not careful enough,
vale, exactamente que...
destroy that artifact. And when that artifact that artifact and all the secrets it held are gone forever. But if you're careful enough, if you take your time and you're deliberate, you can get some of those hidden artifacts. And for example, here we got a ceramic shard, which is basically
cerámica en Minecraft.
whoever lived here used to tell and pass on their stories.
I love the story side of the archaeology.
Easy.
We often talk about that we want to deepen the mystery in Minecraft. And when you find these
y eso para qué va a servir?
connections and hints, and we will never tell the full story, but these will inspire the players to tell their own stories about their own Minecraft worlds.
Eso es muy chetado,
I think it's
Eso es muy chetado.
to see what players do with them. For example, here we see an exhibition that someone built for this, where he can compare all the different clues he finds, right, and try to preserve whatever was down here, and he can compare what we found with whatever new thing, and sort of try to connect the pieces, right? And here we see those pieces connected in a clay pot, actually trying to reconstruct them back. And you can create that however you like. You can create your own stories or try to guess how those pieces used to connect.
O sea que...
It's also so fun to be very creative with these new pots, because you can put the shards in any way.
Yeah, esa mecánica la hemos visto en el Primal Core.
You can fire them up and you have your own painted clay pot.
pretty.
Hostia.
So, is this programmer art still?
Yeah, the art we're seeing is still work in progress.
Pues para decorar, pues está bastante bueno, ¿eh?
Yeah, it didn't say programmer art isn't pretty.
Yeah, you know, the problem is the artists are way too good.
Yeah.
They just make us look bad.
Archaeology is amazing. I mean, the excavation site is so incredible.
I'm so excited about this. I've spent a lot of time about it, and I actually got to
Altas mecánicas acabo de ver,
a lot of awesome conversations with
Me
actual
encanta, me está
archaeologists from
encantando, me
all
está
around the world.
encantando.
And it's been, honestly, I sort of feel like I got so passionate about it myself that their passion sort of stuck to me, and it was so amazing to learn more about this, and I'm really excited to see where it goes from here.
And you have a dev diary coming out on our YouTube channel where you kind of explore all of the archaeology even more.
Yeah, it's honestly really exciting. So I had so much fun with this, and I learned so much that I decided that it's
Va a haber arqueología. Va a haber arqueología. Una mecánica que no la veíamos desde el Fossil Archaeology. Realmente me encanta. Añade más al lore del juego.
It feels very sad, but we're almost out of time. But we've been hinting at a new mob, like over the course of the show, like 3 or 4 times. So are you going to tell us about it now, please?
¿Saben lo que faltaría? Que hicieran una máquina del tiempo y que viajáramos a una nueva dimensión. Mira particular. Ya. ¿Qué dices? ¿Qué dices? ¿Y se puede meter en un cubo?
I feel like there's only one sound I can make after seeing that, which is like...
Cute.
The axolotls.
How did we decide on axolotls?
So,
Axolotl.
when we add a new mod to Minecraft, we really wanted to have like
No,
a
axolotl.
unique character. We wanted to have purpose, and it's also a very good thing if it happens to be ugly cute. And the axolotl is perfect. It has all of these things. Well, I guess on the ugly cuteness, it might be quite a big
Ajolote.
emphasis on the cute side, but still.
Pusieron ajolotes,
And we brainstormed the team. So we were like, okay, we're gonna add guts, but we want to add another.
Un anfibio que utiliza
And then one of
branquias.
the developers posted like a big picture of an axolotl. We all went like, yes.
Yes, this right now.
It's like the definition of ugly cute. It's like made for Minecraft. And then we also found out that axolotls are endangered in the real world, and we think it's good to add.
Tenemos anfibios en Minecraft, chicos. Tenemos anfibios.
Awareness.
Vamos a tener anfibios con las ranas, pero
Yes, like
tenemos nuestro primer anfibio en Minecraft. Creo no, ya iban a implementar los anfibios.
So in the video, they live in the lush caves and they really add a
Tenemos las aves, nos faltan los reptiles, tenemos mamíferos. ¿Qué más? ¡Qué bonito! ¡Bonito!
That is just so cute. I don't know how to animate, but it's
Es tierno, ¿eh? Súper tierno.
So when you're walking around in a lush cave and you see some axolotls, then you can actually scoop them up in your bucket and take them.
Tenemos un ajolote.
So maybe you build like
Tenemos
a pretty
un ajolote en
aquarium in your
Minecraft.
base, or maybe you bring them to your ocean adventure.
Qué bonito, ¿eh? ¿Y nos siguen? ¿Diciendo en serio? No, en serio. O sea, son como perros pero acuáticos. Ah, me gusta la idea, me gusta la idea. O sea, tenemos una nueva mascota en Minecraft. Basta solamente con capturarlo y soltarlo en el agua. Parece ser.
And they will help you fight various, well, they'll attack cute fish as well, but they'll help you fight the drowns and the guardians, and they're actually quite useful when fighting guardians because they have this special ability that whenever
Si llevamos un casco de tortuga más eso, un tridente, lo hacemos,
will actually attack them. So they have this time
Me va a encantar esa
to regen back, help, and then jump back into the fight together with you. And
Minecraft ya no es como antes.
with them really well,
Eso es lo que faltaba, ¿sabes? Y parece que va a salir el año que viene, a inicios, bueno, a mitades de 2021, si no me equivoco.
So this update is
Y los
actually
calma.
contrast, which is
Y los
great.
calma.
It creates like a dramatic player experience, which is so good. So we're like updating the highest highs of Minecraft with the
Vale, ser, no lo sé, yo no está mi traductor aquí,
terrifying Morgan, the cutest.
Por cierto, al inicio Gabo estaba aquí en el directo y me estaba traduciendo esto.
Light and welcoming, and then it gets dark. It's scary and challenging.
I guess we can't forget our little goat in there. It's kind of the in-between.
Yeah, we shouldn't forget the goat.
Hostia,
It is still very
de lo
cute.
cute y terrorífico, ya ves.
Between. No one can be as cute as Axolotl.
No, I don't think so. Before we tell everyone the winner of the mob vote, let's take
Me ha
a look back
encantado.
at some of the
Me
exciting
ha
things that
encantado.
we've talked about today.
Tenemos al Warden. Tenemos las cavernas de viñas. Tenemos una improvisada generación. Es como el Worken y eso de ahí. Pero es que ya tenemos amplias las cuevas, tenemos cabras. Yo. Minecraft Dungeon en un futuro DLC. ¿Qué más? Tenemos cristales de ametista. Tenemos lingotes de cobre. Bueno, tendremos cobre como tal. El cobre se oxida con el tiempo, quedando un bloque parecido como el... Bueno, ¿cómo se llama? Más herramientas de creación, parece ser. Pero eso ya no sé para cuál es. Creador de herramientas, mira eso. O sea que todo eso va a añadirse. Tenemos ajolotes. Se los puede domesticar. Y ellos son inmunes a los ataques de... Bueno, no son tan inmunes como tal, pero bueno. Ahora vamos... Bob dice. Vamos a ver cómo fue la votación de los mobs. Va a ganar el calamar, está más que fijo.
It's a good question. So we plan to release it summer 2021. And this actually is really good. As I mentioned in the beginning of the show, we really want to have a lot of time to work together with the community to like gather feedback, see all the great ideas, because the community always has so many good ideas. So it feels good that we now have a lot of time to actually work together on this.
Vale.
Amazing. And the community decided on a new mob that will enter the game. So which one of you gets to do the honors today?
Ya ves, nos ha sorprendido, la verdad. Mojang.
Tiny Agnes has been a bit mean this year.
Aplaudo, Mojang. Aplaudo.
You should announce.
Te aplaudo, pero un chingo. El guardo.
Can I look first?
Ojo, ojo. El mob que ganó. El mob que ganó. Lo sabía. Lo sabía. Ganó el Glow Squid. Ganó el Glow Squid.
I guess everyone was mesmerized by the glow squid, not just the tiny one.
Bueno, tenemos un nuevo defecto de poción. Tenemos una forma de mover a los calamares que los calamares ya son terriblemente difíciles de mover como tal. Es que literal me está encantando, me está encantando.
All dark in the caves, and then you see the glow squids swimming around.
So beautiful. Can they be friends with the axolotls?
The axolotls are predators, so I'm not sure.
The axolotls might actually attack them.
Yeah.
Oh no.
We'll see.
Más criaturas a los océanos de Minecraft.
Yes.
We have committed to a lot of things, so I think we need to get work on all of the things that we've shown in the show. For all of you watching, Minecraft wouldn't be what it is today without all of you. From all of us at Mojang Studios, thank you so much. Bye.
Termino. video de la carta estará disponible, mierda. El video de la carta estará disponible en breves. Vale. Bueno, chicos, me ha impactado todo, la verdad. Me ha impactado todo, ¿vale? Me ha impactado todo. Ahora vamos a dejar que repose esto un poco porque me estaba dando tirones y tirones como que no lo quiero, ¿saben? Literal, ha terminado justo casi a las 11, bueno, a las 11 que estoy hablando, a la 1 de la tarde, hora peruana, la verdad, hora peruana, básicamente. Madre mía, vale, muchas cosas que se vienen de Minecraft, la verdad, me ha encantado. Yo posiblemente, no sé si me vaya a aguantar mi PC para todo eso, pero ya la voy a tener más o menos formateada para ese entonces. Y algo puesta con más de esas cosas, no sé qué estoy hablando. Ay, por cierto, no puedo poner la música porque básicamente mi Google Chrome, no sé qué verga le pasó, que no puedo hacer prácticamente nada.
Otra vez el domingo ya no vamos a salir.
Vale, mi stream está en problemas, sí, lo sabía. No me está respondiendo mucho, What the fuck. Vale, eso se va a... Vale, chicos. No sé si lo estarán viendo hasta esta parte, pero... Obviamente todas mis MINECOM no son lo que son. Obviamente no tengo una buena PC para ver todo el stream completo. La conexión es excelente, dice.
So encourages you to create tunnels between them and find out ways of transferring those items from place to place.
Y madre mía, lo que falta para que termine esto. Vale, mientras tanto voy comentándoles cosas de esto, porque básicamente me ha encantado. Que literal, van a haber muchas cosas en Minecraft que, bueno, ya apenas estoy explorando el Nether update con Gabo. Sí, me estaba creciendo una barba y la cosa más frondosa. Vale, ya, listo. Hablando de Minecraft. Me va a encantar, está mucho mejor. Era la tan ansiada actualización de las cavernas. Las nuevas generación de montañas me va a encantar, literalmente. Es como si estuvieran poniendo mods y más mods para mods mínimos, obviamente, para que el juego vaya bien y me cago en todo. ¡100 fotogramas! ¡Anda ya tú! Bueno, chicos, el caso es que voy a dejar respirar a mi PC. Espero que les haya gustado. Perdón por no que sea la calidad que están acostumbrados a ver, pero es que ya no puedo hacer nada más. Literal, me ha comido muchos recursos esta vez. No es como la anterior vez en la cual sí se logró ver algo al final, pero esto literal como que no puedo hacer nada. Bueno, chicos, el caso es que hasta aquí lo voy a dejar por hoy. Espero que les haya gustado y sin más, pues nos vemos en Facebook más tarde, que voy a estar aquí viendo algunos animes. O si no, no sé, pero todo depende, porque al final últimamente no estoy haciendo ningún directo y es debido a este problema. Y nada, chicos, un beso no es skin todos. Adiós. No me van a ver ningún culo porque 100 fotogramas omitidos, ya no se ve, pero bueno.